Hello everyone, I am Dhruv and you are watching Learn with Dhruv. This is lesson 20 on IELTS speaking. Today's topic is describe a person who wears unusual clothes. You should say who the person is, what kind of clothes he or she wears, when and where you usually see this person, and explain why you think the clothes are unusual. I would like to talk about a local character in my neighborhood named Mr. Henderson, though most of us just refer to him as the urban explorer. He is a retired lepidopterist in his late 60s, but honestly, he has more energy and flair than most people half his age. What makes him stand out is his incredibly eclectic wardrobe, which is a far cry from the typical granddad look you might expect. He doesn't just wear clothes, he wears outfits that feel like they belong in a high fashion magazine or perhaps a vintage film set. His signature style usually involves a mismatch of textures and eras. For example, I often see him wearing these high waisted, wide leg trousers made of heavy tweed, paired with a vibrant silk patterned shirt that looks like it was plucked straight from the 1970s. To top it all off, he almost always sports a vintage leather aviator cap or a brightly colored beret. It's a very maximalist approach to fashion. There's always a pocket watch, a silver topped cane, or some chunky handcrafted jewelry involved. I usually cross paths with him on Saturday mornings at the local farmers market or sitting outside a small independent cafe downtown. He is hard to miss. Even in a crowded square, he is like a splash of color against a gray background. He is usually perched there with a sketchbook, looking perfectly at ease despite the fact that everyone is stealing glances at his attire. I find his clothes unusual primarily because they completely defy convention. In an era where most people have embraced athleisure or very minimalist fast fashion trends, Mr. Henderson's commitment to such a bespoke and theatrical look is quite rare. His clothes are unusual because they tell a story and show a total lack of concern for what is in or out of style. To me, it's not just about the garments themselves, but the confidence he exudes while wearing them. It's quite refreshing to see someone use fashion as a form of pure self expression rather than just a way to blend into the crowd. Some of the follow up questions and their answers. The first one: do you think people's clothes can reveal their personality? I am a firm believer that our choice of attire serves as a form of self expression that speaks volumes about who we are. It provides a glimpse into a person's mood, creativity, or even their level of self assurance. For instance, someone wearing bold, vibrant patterns might be seen as an extroverted individual who enjoys being the center of attention. Why do some people like to wear very expensive clothes? For many, luxury garments are viewed as a status symbol that signals success and social standing. People often invest in high end brands to feel a sense of exclusivity or to gain validation from their peers. A clear example of this is when individuals wait in long queues just to purchase a limited edition designer handbag. Is it important for employees to wear uniforms at work? I think it really boils down to the industry, but generally, uniforms help project a sense of professionalism and equality. They eliminate the daily guesswork of choosing an outfit while ensuring that the brand's image remains consistent. In the healthcare sector, for example, scrubs allow patients to easily identify staff while maintaining a clinical environment. How does fast fashion affect the environment? The rapid production of cheap clothing has a detrimental impact because it leads to massive amounts of textile waste and water pollution. Because these items are designed to be trendy yet disposable, they often end up in landfills after only a few wears. A staggering example is the sheer volume of synthetic microfibers that enter our oceans every time these low quality garments are washed. Do you think traditional clothes will disappear in the future? I highly doubt they will vanish completely, although they might become more niche and reserved for special occasions. Many cultures are making a concerted effort to preserve their heritage as a way to stay connected to their roots. You can see this during national holidays, where people proudly wear traditional garments like the kimono or sari to honor their lineage. Should schools have a strict dress code for students? Implementing a dress code can be beneficial as it minimizes distractions and helps to level the playing field among students from different economic backgrounds. By removing the pressure to wear cool or expensive brands, students can focus more on their academic pursuits. For example, Many private schools require blazers and ties to instill a sense of discipline. Why do fashion trends change so quickly nowadays? The current pace of the fashion cycle is largely driven by social media, where trends can go viral and become obsolete in a matter of weeks. Constant exposure to influencer culture creates a perpetual desire for novelty among consumers. A perfect illustration of this is how a specific style of shoe can be a must have one month and completely past the next. Is it better to follow trends or have your own style? While following trends can be fun, developing a signature look is far more rewarding as it reflects your true self. Having a personal style allows you to bypass the cookie cutter aesthetic that is often pushed by the mainstream retailers. Someone like the urban explorer I mentioned earlier is a great example of how standing out from the crowd makes a person more memorable. Do people in your country wear different clothes for different seasons? Absolutely. Our wardrobe is heavily dictated by the weather, so we have to be quite versatile in our clothing choices. We transition from light, breathable fabrics in the summer to heavy, insulated layers during the colder months. For instance, during the winter, you will see almost everyone wrapped up in thick wool coats and scarves to combat the biting wind. Can clothes influence how we feel about ourselves? There is definitely a psychological element at play where what we wear can actually alter our mindset. Dressing up for a specific task can boost our confidence and help us get into the right frame of mind. An obvious example is how putting on a sharp, well tailored suit can make a person feel more authoritative and prepared for a job interview. That concludes today's lesson on IELTS speaking. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the next lesson. Thanks for watching.